Hello everyone, I'm Greg Otta with FedScoop TV, and we're here at the Social Innovation Summit today, and I'm talking with Dr. David Bray, the CIO of the FCC. David, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
So, social innovation. Talk to me about how the FCC is delivering social innovation to its stakeholders.
So we're delivering social innovation through change agents.
Okay.
And what change agents are is really the idea that these are individuals that are chief problem solvers. And first and foremost, they're looking for opportunities to make improvements, whether it be for how FCC interacts with our external stakeholders, for example, with our website, or with different systems we have that are outwardly facing. But they're also looking for improvements on the inside as well. We have 18 different bureaus and offices, and a lot of times there are things that may have been done right maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago, but through a combination of actually thinking about how we involve the problem solvers, how we can actually change processes and use technology, we can deliver better services.
Right.
So I see my job as a CIO is really about trying to emphasize how do we empower the edge?
Okay.
And what does a change agent mean? And so with change agents, first and foremost, it's about giving them autonomy. Can they actually have a scope in which they can actually work with the different stakeholders, identify the problems, work up a solution, and then actually sort of percolate it up as opposed to me trying to be top down and where we go. Second, about measurable progress. We have both on Mondays and Thursdays these things we call boardwalk meetings.
Okay.
They happen at 11:30. They are standing meetings for only 20 minutes. And so literally the hallway is empty 5 minutes before, huge group of people swarm, we have our meeting, and we actually let the change agents walk through what's going on and addressing what's occurring. And then finally, we want to give them a meaningful purpose. So we make sure that the things we're actually tackling at the FCC, recognizing we have limited funds so we can't do everything at once, are the things that really matter and the things that actually can motivate a person to be excited about it.
So, with all of that, can you explain to me how moving away from legacy systems, enabling the cloud, encouraging modular remixability across services allows you to do great things with all of this data that government agencies are dealing with?
Right. So the big reason why we needed to move away from legacy systems was twofold. First, more than 85% of our budget was being spent just trying to maintain those systems. So we didn't have any latitude to try and do anything new. By moving to the cloud and moving to a commercial service provider after Labor Day weekend, we saw that instead of spending 85% trying to maintain those systems, it's now then less than 50%, which now gives us the headwind and gives us the fuel to try and do some new things. Second, I often say that really moving to the cloud is really about agility first and foremost.
Okay.
Examples being when we did our new consumer help desk, instead of taking 18 or 24 months, we actually had a working prototype in less than 60 days. And then we were able to roll it out in less than 6 months total. Similarly, it was also 1/6 the price. After that, we've also had examples using similar platforms in the cloud where we can actually have a working prototype in less than 48 hours.
Okay.
That actually has raised some interesting questions where the programmatic element says, we're not ready yet. And we're like, well, we'll work with you at your speed, but we don't want IT to be delayed to roll it out. We've also had other examples where we have new replacement for systems in less than 10 weeks after following 10 sprints. And so it really is about trying to get speed to actually show what's doable, what's workable, and get stuff done at a rapid pace. As for data, the data was trapped in the legacy systems. And so until we moved to the cloud, it was really hard to actually sort of democratize data.
Okay.
And so one of the things we're trying to do now at the FCC over the next year and then the year after that is really sort of focus on how we can do modular remixability of data, both for the public as well as internal across the 18 different bureaus and offices. It turns out that a lot of the systems at the FCC were tied to a specific bureau or an office, and they didn't actually share the data that was tied to that system with other parts of the FCC.
Interesting. Okay.
So now that we're actually rolling out tools that allow anyone to do business analytics and do business visualization within the FCC, we're hoping that there's actually going to be a huge advantage to the enterprise. And two, we're going to have that same sort of business analytics tools rolled out over the next year to the public, so you can either A, do the analytics on your own using the different tools we have out there, or pull things through an API and remix the data as you see fit.
Great. Well, I know you've been hard at work at this for a while, and I know there's a lot more to come, and we'll stay tuned to see all the good work that you're doing.
Well, I really want to give all credit to the team, and thanks for having me, Greg.